Right.
Are you able to hear me, Vijay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We are going live now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're already live.
Hello, everyone. My name is Srinivasan Narayan, and I am the founder and CEO of the Cohort Plus platform. First of all, a big thank you for joining us at this AMA session. I'm sure this is going to be really exciting. Uh, so, before I actually jump into the AMA session, I just wanted to take a few minutes and apprise you of Cohort Plus as a platform, what we do, why we do what we do, and more importantly, if at all you're not part of the community, then why you should actually join the Cohort Plus platform and the community. So Cohort Plus has been established with the vision of reimagining how professional communities work. We believe that there is incredible power in how professional communities function, how people with similar professional interests can come together, interact with each other, exchange useful information, help each other out, handhold each other, and thereby everyone basically takes a next big step in their career. So that's the vision, that's the objective with which Cohort Plus has been established. We already have a very thriving and an active product management community on our platform. It is the largest community for product managers, bar none, today in India, and arguably one of the largest in the world. Recently, we also started our data science community, and we are really elated to let all of you know that that community has grown by leaps and bounds in the past 3 months. In fact, it would not be wrong to say that it is one of the fastest growing data science communities, not just in India, but globally. We have more than 6,000 registered users on the platform in just 2 months. And thanks to people like you, all of them have actually joined without any single price spent on marketing. And the data science community basically hosts a lot of discussions, a lot of know-how, a lot of exchange of knowledge, a lot of people, both as career aspirants as well as people who are seasoned professionals in the data science domain, basically hang out online on this community. It has become the go-to community for anything and everything related to data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence in general. For those who have joined this AMA but aren't part of the community, I would sincerely urge that you basically go to the Play Store if you have an Android app and go and search Cohort Plus and join the community. If you do not have an Android phone, then I would actually nudge you to basically, go on Google, type cohortplus.com and register yourself. And trust me, you would not be disappointed. That's about Cohort Plus. I also now wanted to take a few minutes and introduce you to this AMA session itself. Uh, this is, I mean, for those people who are not aware of the basic tenets of an AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. So effectively, you can actually ask anything and everything with regards to the data science, the machine learning, and the artificial intelligence domain today here on the platform. And to ensure that you get a convincing and efficient and an effective answer to all your queries, we have with us today Vijay Prakash, who is, I'm sorry, I should call him Dr. Vijay Prakash. He has a PhD from the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. He is a thorough and a deeply ingrained machine learning researcher. He actually has worked for a lot of top machine learning companies, and currently actually consults a lot of such companies and helps them basically incorporate machine learning thinking into their entire paradigm. Uh, Vijay is also equally active on the Cohort Plus platform, and he has actually agreed and obliged us by taking time out today to answer all your queries. Prior to his PhD at IISc, Vijay actually completed his Bachelor in Technology, his BTech degree from the prestigious National Institute of Technology, NIT Tiruchirappalli. I think Vijay is also a well-known expert in deep learning. If you have to, kind of point out one particular domain in which Vijay really excels, though I personally, in my own personal interactions, I believe that Vijay is like a jack of all trades and master of all. Uh, so that's how. I'll be opening this up to Vijay so that he can take up all the questions. Before that, I would also let you know that we've already entertained some questions that have come from many members of our community. So some of those questions which we feel are very relevant for the audience today would be prioritized, that Vijay would be taking up and answering them. Rest of the questions, please keep them trickling in to the YouTube channel, and Vijay would be picking them up dynamically and answering them. Without further ado, I hand this over to Vijay. Vijay, the stage is all yours. Please take over.
Hello everyone. So I'm Vijay. Uh, Hope you guys are fine. So before getting into questions, I want to say like inspire you guys on why data science has become important. So the main thing that what physicists try to say, all scientists in general try to do is extend their scales. Like you get data about planets from other stars, or you get data, from DNA sequence. So the scale of data is enormous. So and opportunities are quite enormous, and it's growing day by day because we keep discovering many new things. So so yeah, this is a introduction. So now let's move on to questions, without taking much time. So the first question is from Sudhindra. How should I go about getting a PhD in data science? So the first question is from Sudhindra. How should I go about getting a PhD in data science? So first question is from Sudhindra. So how should I go about getting a PhD in data science? So first question is Sudhindra. So how should I go about getting a PhD in data science? Is there a yeah, Sudhindra. So how should I go about getting a PhD?
I'm getting a lot of
Is there a
resonance.
so how should I
I'm getting a lot of resonance.
hello?
I'm getting a lot of it's audible.
Hello?
Oh.
Is everything fine?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sorry. So Sudhindra's question is, how should I go about getting a PhD in data science, right? So data science is a single tool, but it should be adapted to many different branches of science, right? So data can be images, or data can be acoustic data, sound, or data can be earthquake data, or marketing data, management data. So first you should data science is a tool and it's adaptable. So you should decide the domain of interest, and then how data helps in that domain. So just choose a domain, or if you want to experiment with some domain, take some introductory courses in those domain and see how they are. Choose one of them and apply for PhD. So good luck. Next is Divya's question. I'm a software professional for having 5 years of experience in Java. Can I switch my career to ML? I'm a fresher to this field. So yeah,
Good questions.
definitely you can switch to ML, Divya. So
I'll now start having from
so
that.
having known Java, my suggestion would be that you can switch to ML on Android platforms, or embedded devices where they need compilable language to be run on their hardware systems. So so in those fields, there is enormous opportunity as a Java developer. Next question is from Nikhil Ulla. Which is the best way to learn data science and start a career? Okay. So the best way to learn data science is by taking some courses. You take some introductory courses. There are so many online courses nowadays, like Audacity, Coursera, and so on. Or there are many institutes also, um, Jigsaw Upgrade, and so on. So uh, depending on how well you can learn by yourself, like how good you are as a self learner, you can go for any of these. So next one is, so after taking courses you can do some couple of projects to get experience that will help you to start a career. Good luck, Nikhil. Next one, next question is from Pratik Patel. Again, how we can start uh, career in data science. Online courses, yeah. So you can take many introductory courses and see for yourself like which course is better. So in some platforms, auditing a course is free of charge. So you can pick up some courses and look for yourself. Next one, next question is from Ajay Kumar. Which data science domain will be having good future? Okay, so this is a tough question because um, data science, apart from fintech, financial technology, or marketing, apart from the data science is also there in other fields like climate research or you know, earthquake analysis. There, computer vision, self-driving cars. So the direction that this is being applied is totally vast. It's an open field. So you cannot precisely say which is going to have good future. But what is going to give you a good future is solid knowledge in data science. So yeah, good luck. So next, Harsh Raval's questions. Okay, he has two questions. So first question is about learning curve for a non-coding, non-statistical person. Okay. Uh, so reputed courses, institutes for ML job. Okay. Um, okay, Harsh. So it's never too late to start. Um, you just go for it. Um, So my suggestion would be to take some introductory courses, especially some platform like for example Coursera has good courses which you can explore for some time, and there are so many platforms, EDX or Audacity and so on. So you can explore those courses and you can decide like which course is really interesting for you. For why I'm saying is that different courses are taught by people who are specialized in different fields like computer vision or speech recognition or natural language processing. So since it's very diverse, you can explore and understand, and then go for it. So good luck. Next question is from Raghu De. Uh, how do we transition into AI product manager from normal product manager? Skills like Python, etc., more helpful for developers, maybe. So, what it is required for product managers? So, any training, as in some introductory understanding, intro to statistics, something, uh, um, some basic knowledge about how it might be difficult to collect data, or how dirty data can look like, how messy data and things like that. So when you get that idea, you can appreciate the product better, and you can schedule the development of the product, and that will be very helpful for product managers of AI products.
So, Vijay, I'll just intervene for a moment.
Okay.
Basically, I just wanted to take that question from Virgu Day, because I think it is slightly more bent towards product management than pure data science. And given our experience of having run product management community on the platform for the past 2 years, I just wanted to kind of share my knowledge here. So basically, as far as product management in the AI domain is concerned, I don't the basic skills that are required for a product manager remain the same, whether he's working on an AI based product, on a pure B2C product, a B2B product, or a blockchain based product. So 90% of your skills would still be driven by your product management skills rather than your knowledge around AI or blockchain or any such domain. So, in my opinion and in my experience of having seen people work on AI based products, I think you should actually first concentrate on honing your basic product management skills. After having done that, I think a basic course in AI, let's say a simple course from Data School or a course by Andrew Ng, which is the most popular today from Coursera, actually helps you fill those gaps, the AI related gaps in your product management resume. So once you have honed your product management skills, taking a simple course around AI, any one of the popular courses, the ones that come to my mind are, the one by Andrew Ng on Coursera, and you might not even, you might audit it instead of taking a certification and stuff, or basic course in from Data School, which explains to you what AI is all about, the basics of supervised learning, unsupervised learning, the different algorithms and stuff should be enough, because as a product manager you would not be expected to write the code or kind of do data cleaning or any kind of a core AI stuff. You would more be judged on how you manage the product, and hence a peppering of AI knowledge should help you. So yeah, sorry about this, but I thought that we should do justice to this question. Hence, I intervened. Giving it back to you, Vijay, so that you can take the other questions up.
Yeah. Okay. So next question is from Prakash Gaur. Um, just want to understand the scope for graph databases in machine learning. Yeah. So graph database has so much scope. The ability to write the workflow in terms of graph is becoming much easier, and it's day by day it's being applied in many problems. One of the very nice problem is the self-driving car application, like how to reach from one point to the other point in shortest time and shortest distance. And you can keep adding so many parameters like traffic and so on, or speed breakers in the road, or average speed in the road, and things like that. So uh, graph database has so many applications. So Neo4j offers many courses on that graph database system. So yeah. Next question is from Harsh Raval. Uh, Data science require any prior programming skills or math stat knowledge? Mm, so it depends, right? So uh, data science require any prior programming skills or math stat knowledge? Of course, it requires. So it depends, right? So I'm just trying to come up with an example to explain it to you. So suppose if it is marketing data, and what is data science? You have to make some like you have to conclude something from the data. So, and what is data science? You take the parameters, like whatever is affecting, whatever. Suppose you have three medium value advertise, say radio, TV, and newspaper. So, how much influence each have on the product marketing,
I just take
product sales? So these things to model these things, you need statistics and understanding about it. That's essential. Product sales. So these things. Okay. So next question is, how different is blockchain tech from data science? That's essential. Which will last sustain longer. Okay. So these are not competing domains. These are totally different domains. The blockchain technology can be better managed with data science.
These are not competing domains. These are totally
The blockchain technology can be better into that entire paradigm.
So, okay.
And we have
Next question.
and obliged us
Does forecasting? Next question is from Don Reddy. Does forecasting and predicting is the same thing or different? So forecasting is not just predictions, but conclusions drawn from predictions. You forecast something, something is going to happen. But a prediction as such need not have any conclusions. What is going to happen next day, whether the temperature will increase or decrease, whether the soil moisture level will be same or different. Okay. So
that's how
so these are the different.
before that, I would also let you know that
So this marks the difference between forecasting and predicting. Next question is from Sudev. How do I get started with machine learning and background required for it? So first thing I would say is you start solving problems, and then you find out like which part of the problem is difficult for you. Good starting place would be to have a look at IRIS dataset or Titanic dataset, and then you can see which part interests you or which one you're having difficult and things like that. And then slowly you can build your own, try to come up with your own algorithms, very basic algorithms, and then slowly start building up over it. So if you are struggling with any of the part, take a course related to that part. For example, data wrangling or machine learning, or visualization. So that would be a good starting point for. So you will also understand how machine learning works, how data preparation will be very important. Next question is from Abin Singh. Which path is good after learning ML basic algorithms for 10 months? NLP or computer vision? So computer vision involves mostly convolutional neural networks and mostly so it depends, right? So both NLP and computer vision have their own you know, their own applications. So what you should be worried is like, so which kind of problem I want to address, whether a sequence model or whether a single run model. As in you just want to detect objects, or you want to like track them, or you just want to classify words or handwriting, or you want to understand a sentence. So what kind of thing you want to do, like piece by piece, or you want a sequence model? That should be decided. Based on that, you can take an application and go ahead. You can even do project in each. I mean, if you like how the same model works in different problems. It's an interesting thing. Okay, next question from Wilbrod Anto. Hi, Wilbrod. So, being an undergraduate student, if I have to acquire an internship for a data science position, how can I actually create a good portfolio? Okay. Do you have any suggestions on picking the projects? Okay, invest Titanic. So my suggestion would be have any suggestions on picking the projects? To pick up something like reinforcement learning. So to pick up, you can just do some introductory course in reinforcement learning and understand how it is being done. No, that will be. I don't think it has become reinforcement learning. I don't think so many projects out there. So how it is being applied to build a machine learning model? That would be an interesting thing to do. So you can take some introductory courses on reinforcement learning, and and look into some books also in reinforcement learning, and then you can just go ahead. Next question is from Harshita. I have developed a keen interest in data science and have done my research to learn the skill. Okay. My question is, once I'm done learning the skill, how can I start a career with that? Okay, you are a CS graduate, so you can start doing some projects, right? There are so many capstone projects in Coursera, and EDX have specialized projects. So many of these platforms have projects, or you can take your own data set, like IIS data set or things like that, um, and you can do that in various using various tools, or you can even download Twitter data or web scraping, and then build a model around it, and you can have a project built around it. Sometimes what I do is, so I look into the requirements by many of the data science companies, and then I'll see like what skills are the most wanted, and go do a project in that skill. So that will help you find a job, and where you can apply your skill and bring a change. Okay, good luck. Uh, Next question is Milo Linek. Is ML freelancing doable next to big companies as Google, Amazon, Facebook? Okay, so these big companies, Google, Amazon, Facebook, and such companies will have a big research team. So you are asking basically if you can compete with a team of researchers with good facilities as well. So in I don't know, in today's in data science especially, that it is possible, given that you're willing to put enough willing to spend enough time and effort, and uh, and you should have the knack for problem solving. So the more you practice problem solving, you get that you know uh, intuition to solve very quickly and more efficiently. So I would suggest you will have to, not just machine learning algorithms. You will have to look into data structures and other algorithms, and you need to have solid knowledge about um, uh, with what kind of data you are dealing with, domain expert knowledge. So all this combined, you know, you can do it. So next question is from Mohammed Afan. What's the most efficient machine learning algorithm for handwriting recognition? Um, so how do you want to recognize handwriting? Whether it'll, is it a sequence of letters that you want to track and then recognize handwriting, or you just have to feed the image of a text and then it has to recognize the handwriting? So the first one, you just have to feed the image. Um, you might just have to do object detection and classification. So that is relatively, I mean, it's just there is no feedback mechanism, as in it's just a single run model. So, but if you want to like track the handwritten words and then identify the handwriting, recognize the handwriting, then you can go for sequence models. So next question is from Abhishek Priyadarshi. So how do I move into data scientist role? I have 2 years of software development experience before MBA, along with one year experience in market research after MBA. I know Python, SQL, VBA. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you have been doing data scientist role. It's just that you didn't have to you know uh, explain a few things using visualizations, draw conclusions from the data. I think, I suppose. So one more layer has to be added, which is you actually model, you develop a machine learning model, and then you train it, and then test it. So that's what is missing here. So you can pick up a model, and then you can adjust its parameters and study its behavior, and you can build on that. So that's quite possible. Like, I mean, it's yeah. So you've been doing it, just one more step. So good luck. Next is from Dr. Srivastava. So what courses and from where to take courses on data analysis, economic modeling, scale up my career in public health. Okay, so there are so many public health courses on Coursera. One I like is John Hopkins University courses on public health. So, but public health is also an application, but which can be you can keep on refining some applications. So you can keep on advancing your knowledge in machine learning itself. So it's not like public health is going to be different from computer vision or anything. So you are basically going to be studying about the same model and how effective they are. So only uh, in which part the difference exists is in the part of data preparation and uh, how it is being represented for the model. So next question is from Nagashri. How to self-start and build a portfolio for data science? What kind of skills and projects should a beginner cover? So why do you want to limit yourself as a beginner? So you pick up a problem, uh, solve it, and then see whether you can go for a higher level problem, and then you can solve the other things too. So when you come across some interesting problem, you can keep applying in. Uh, you can work for a longer time in that, and then you can build a project around it. So uh, so it's not like you have to limit yourself to a beginner project, but if you're looking for something that you want to finish quickly, then you can explore Titanic dataset or Iris dataset. Or there are many problems in Introduction to Statistical Learning. It's a good book. You can refer those projects, and you can build your own blog, like derive conclusions and so on, like explain it to yourself, and then so yeah, and you can present it as a portfolio. So next question is from Bhumi. How important is machine learning for product managers? Okay. So I think I'll give it to Srinivas to explain.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vijay. Bhumi, because this question is at the intersection of machine learning and product management, and I presume that you are a product manager or an aspiring product manager. Uh, so I'll actually try to take this question up instead of Vijay, because it's slightly beyond the scope of the discussion here. So as far as product management and machine learning is concerned, I think it completely depends upon the project a that you are trying to the project that you're assigned to or you were signed up for, and b depends on your own personal ambition. Now as far as the project is concerned, I mean, if the project warrants the need for machine learning, the need for artificial intelligence, or stuff of that sort, then by all means, I think you should actually go ahead and kind of upskill yourself in that domain. And how do you do that? I have already answered that. That answer, the answer that I gave for Virgu's question. Basically, take up a few introductory courses because you really don't have to go in depth. You are not a machine learning engineer. You are a product manager managing a machine learning project, so you should have a good functional understanding of the product. Now, that's if your project actually warrants a machine learning module. Now, if you yourself want to upskill in the machine learning domain, and that's a different scope altogether, then you need to ask yourself why you want to actually, learn machine learning. Is it out of sheer interest? Is it because you want to go back to coding? Or is it because your project warrants that kind of a behavior or that kind of a course? Now, if it is out of sheer interest, then as I said, I myself have learned machine learning. I started with the introductory courses on data school. Then I quickly audited a course of Andrew Ng. And currently, there are a bunch of projects that we ourselves are internally taking up in the machine learning domain here on Cohort Plus, which I kind of use, or I would say, which I leverage to get my hands dirty. So that's one way in which you can actually, kind of sit comfortably in the intersection of both product management and machine learning. So as I said, it completely depends on fundamentally two things. One is, does your project warrant you to learn machine learning? And second is your personal interest itself. I shall leave it at that and hand it over back to Vijay to take the rest of the questions.
Thanks, Srinivas. Yeah. Rajesh and there is so much to learn in machine learning, both breadth and depth. So, someone who is transitioning into ML, what is the best strategy, good learning strategy to get up, to speed in the shortest time frame? Okay. Also, specialist. So, also, should one target to be a generalist or a specialist? So, I would say you should target to be a generalist, and best strategy to be to solve many problems. Mm, uh, you can solve problems on various platforms like HackerRank or HackerEarth. You can look into basic ML problems and slowly start building over it. So once you're comfortable solving problems, you can take up a course and go on to do some project over it. You will become very comfortable with solving, handling data, like, and you can to some extent guess like how to try which model will work for what problems, how to do model selection basically, and feature selection and things like that. So go as general as possible, and then you look at see what interesting problem comes. Anyway, don't decide what you want to become. Keep solving problems and have fun. Big opportunity will come. So good luck. Next question is from Bhaskar. How do you tune hyperparameters of an algorithm? Is it always hit and trial? Okay, so in this case, the um, originally when you design, it has to be hit and trial for some time, and then you keep on closing the range of that hyperparameter. You keep studying it, how the output variation as you vary the hyperparameter, what kind of function it is, does it have a trend, and things like that, and then you model the dependency uh, of the hyperparameter on the output, and then see how it affects. So usually uh, people look for some existing paper in which they present the model where they have already tuned the hyperparameters. So without deviating so much from those hyperparameters, so you can play around. You can reduce the range and then see how it works. So okay, we'll move on to the next question. Next question is from Akshay Sharma. I'm a physics graduate and interested in learning machine learning due to its increasing intelligence in physics. I would like to know how should I proceed to learn these subjects? What would be the prerequisite for learning? Okay. So, being a physics graduate, you start statistical mechanics has so many concepts which you can apply in learning machine learning. So, since you already have the statistical background, you can start solving problems in problems related to statistics. That is being applied with machine learning, or you can take introductory machine learning courses and you can judge for yourself how different it is from from your conceptual understanding, and what all will be required to become an expert in that subject. So it'll involve a little bit of algorithmic way of thinking, so which you will pick up as you solve problems. So good luck. Next question is from Abin Singh. What do you mean by auto ML? If I want to deploy auto ML in any domain, what are the basic project requirements? So auto ML is used to design your own deep learning architecture. So auto ML will tune your hyperparameter and it will add layers if required, like combinations of layers, and then see the output, how it works. So auto ML is still in beginning stage. Um, but if you want to deploy auto ML in any domain, so you can uh, start with uh, single run architectures like object detection pipelines, and then you can see how the parameters are being changed. You can give a range between existing architectures, and you can see how AutoML works. So I think even reinforcement learning is being used for AutoML, but still I don't think it is very matured. It is in a matured stage that you can just apply it. Okay. Um, Next question is also from Abhin Singh. So I know the intuition behind clean algorithms in ML, but I don't know about data extraction processing tools like SQL, Hadoop, and Spark. And my interest is to pursue either NLP or computer vision in 2019. What is your advice for me to study in 2019? First, you know 15 algorithms. Uh, okay. First, I assume you understood and like you applied those. So, but then you want to do data extraction processing. So all this data extraction processing, you can take up a course that has this as a uh, SQL Hadoop as tools they use in the course. One good course is data science at scale. It covers both introductory part, and then it has some projects to be done on Hadoop clusters. Um, or you can take big data course, and then if you want to learn SQL Hadoop, but I would say you can, if you are interested in NLP and computer vision, you pursue something related to natural language processing and how it evolved from computational linguistics or computer vision and deep learning in those fields. SQL Hadoop you might just learn depending on you can learn in your job. Uh, but if you're interested, you can go ahead with online courses. All right. So next question is from Kaushik Sharma. What are the key points or topics to be brushed before going for a data scientist interview? So you can Google, right? What are some of the top interview questions for data scientists? So you get a lot of help online. You can go through the questions, and so basically the questions will be on feature extraction, feature engineering, how to balance, how do you balance the data. So mostly it will be on data preparation, very less on visualization, data preparation, and limitations of various machine learning models. Yeah. Um, so my advice would be to read data science interview blogs. Okay, so Abin Singh has a question. Will India use ML deep learning technologies in coming year to predict terrorist attack or LOC crossing? Things can happen. It depends on how technology grows and how we can adapt to it. Whether we can trust the technology, whether the accuracy is good enough with the state of the art supporting architectures. Whether so it depends. So how resourceful we are. So many things are depend on that. But it is possible with the kind of advancements we are having right now. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question by Nageshwar Rao. Which algorithm best for feature extraction? Uh, so what is feature extraction? Basically, you select certain parameters that will give good predictions, right? So feature in computer vision is different. Feature in natural language processing is different. So you cannot say which algorithm is best. But say suppose you have a tabular data, so there you do feature extraction depending on how much it influences the target variable. Whether the change in the feature values result in change in the output trend and things like that. So how correlated it is to the target variable. That's how you do feature extraction. And so it's not like there is one algorithm for feature extraction. Next question is from Deepesh Kumar. I have 11-year experience in operations domain. Now I want to shift to data scientist ML. Will it be good decision as at college times I had done the NIT from NIIT, but got job in other domain. So it is very. I mean, it depends on how comfortable you are with solving some of the business problems, right? As an ML engineer, so you can start doing some project and see for yourself where you lack, uh, where you lack skill, and whether you can quickly build. What is your financial plan? Whether you have enough backup to to spend more time on this. Like how is your job, and so it depends on depending on all these you can take a decision like. So, but if you are asking me whether it is a good decision based on scope, it definitely has good scope. So, go ahead, learn. It's good to learn. So, okay. So, next question from Shritam Kumar Moon. What's your one of the most favorite algorithm that you love to use? So, my favorite algorithm, so I won't say algorithm, but I would say neural networks, um, because many of the problems that I had, the pattern recognition by neural networks were the most efficient, um, and many of the traditional machine learning algorithms hopelessly failed. So, but But apart from machine learning algorithms, my favorite algorithm was one that was used to classify points in very high dimensional space. So we faced a problem where we want to do some real-time classification of very high dimensional points and things like that. So that time we came across this algorithm called locality sensitive hashing, which divides a plane into many projections, and then based on that it classifies very quickly. So that's my favorite algorithm because it helped us build the product. Okay, so next question is from Sujita Ishwaran. Which skills are processed by a data scientist? So data scientist basically should be able to extract data, then clean up the extracted data, and understand the data, look for like do feature engineering, and then build a model such that it uses these features for the given values. It is able to predict what is going to happen or what we can do with these features, what these features result in basically. So skills are like
So I'll say that
in one way you need to know many things like introduction to data science, introduction to machine learning, introduction to data wrangling,
so at 9:50
data visualization.
type in the
So
chat.
in all these subjects, you will have some common things how to deal with data and everything. So after that, when you take up a job, depending on the requirement, you will have to specialize in one thing. So that will be the skill possessed by you. So the um, more areas you have worked in, your skill also will be more. Like you will have more experience in data science. Okay, so moving on next question. Manoj Kumar Mahathir. I have 7 years of experience in Microsoft technology and Python. I want to change my profile for artificial machine learning. Please suggest on this. Yeah, so you can take up courses and keep pursuing it. There are good courses on Coursera, like for example, advanced machine learning in economics. I think that's a very good course. You can also take courses by Andrew Ng in deep learning. So specialization you should look for is mainly deep learning. Um, so that course and a project will help you for sure. Next is from Harshita. Hi, I am a computer science engineer, graduated in 2018. I have developed a keen interest in data science in recent days, and I quit my job in sales to learn data science full time. What is the thing to do to improve master this new skill? So you are in sales, but you are a computer science engineer. First, you can brush up on algorithms and data structures, and then you can brush up on statistics, um, and then you can start solving problems. Um, so as you solve problems, you will come across like the ways to build a model, represent it as matrices, or how will you optimize it, back propagation, how feedback um, about the objective function helps you to optimize to the parameters that will give good. Um, okay, so good prediction. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope I was able to address your queries in a satisfactory way. So good luck. Don't think too much. Just act. Start solving problems. So good luck. So now I'll give to Srinivas. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Vijay. Guys, I'll have to cut it short here. While I think both, ideally we would have liked Vijay to answer more questions, but A, we are short on time, and B, it's slightly late in the day for Vijay. So I cannot actually, stretch this beyond a point. So that's the reason. That's purely the reason. Those two are the purely the reasons why we have to stop this AMA here. But I would like to take this opportunity first to thank Vijay for actually taking time out on a weekday after work to kind of patiently listen and to patiently read all the questions that have come not only during the AMA but even before, and taking the time out to answer them in the most convincing way possible. So thanks a lot, Vijay. I think this has been a really illuminating and quite a insightful session. I really appreciate your effort here. I mean, to talk non-stop for close to 1 hour is definitely difficult. So I really appreciate the endeavor that you've put in here to educate all our users in and around the domain of data science and machine learning. I mean, thank you, Vijay. It's been really good. And as I always say, your energy and your passion towards data science is infectious. And I'm sure it has rubbed off on me and it will also rub off on all the people who have actually attended the AMA. Secondly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the people who joined the session. I know this was a weekday. It's the beginning of the week. Monday is not probably the best day to have such sessions, but we genuinely believe that it's better to do it as early as possible. So thank you everyone for actually taking time out from your busy schedule and joining this AMA session. Uh, Thanks to all those people who not only joined and listened in, equally or even more importantly, thanks to those people who chipped in with their questions. I think it's these questions that basically help make this AMA a success. We've tried to answer mostly all the questions that have come in. For the questions that came in at the fag end of the session, I'm really sorry we could not do justice to it. What we can definitely do is basically share those questions offline with Vijay, and Vijay can share their answers, and we can basically either email those answers to you or choose any other medium to share Vijay's thoughts on those questions with you. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to again reiterate that we've launched our data science communities a couple of months back, and that data science community is one of the fastest such growing communities, not just in India, but throughout the world. Some top influencers in the data science domain, both from India and abroad, are part of the community. There are a lot of interesting stuff that goes on in the community day in and day out, from sharing of books, reports, data sets, to daily mentorship opportunities where seasoned professionals actually mentor career aspirants and handhold them with regards to how to start that data science career. Anything and everything with regards to data science as a domain gets discussed extensively on the Cohort Plus platform. So for all those people who are not part of the Cohort Plus platform but got to know about the CMA from other sources, I would sincerely urge you to try that platform out once, and I'm 101% sure that you would not be disappointed. You would not have any complaints. We are there on the Play Store. You can type Cohort Plus, that's COHORTPLUS, and you would actually find the app on the Play Store. If you do not have an Android phone, do check our website out. That's cohortplus.com, COHORTPLUS. So I look forward to seeing all of you on the platform, interacting and sharing knowledge. Vijay himself is there on the platform and keeps contributing and helping other people out. Not just that, he also asks questions and other people chip in. So it's a give and take policy as far as the community is concerned. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity again to give my heartfelt thanks to Vijay for taking time out. This has really been a very useful session, Vijay. To all the people who joined the CMA, I would like to let you know that this is not the be all and end all of data science learning and AMAs on our YouTube channel. This is in fact just the beginning. We've not even scratched the surface. We plan to actually have more such sessions on a regular basis. You would be intimated if you're part of the platform via email as well as via a new post on the Cohort Plus platform. And as and when more such events come up, we would actually reach out to you so that you can kind of join these sessions. More importantly, we have lined up a bunch of really good speakers with diverse experience in the domain of data science. Vijay, in fact, is one of them, as you saw, but there are equally good speakers who are basically lined up for subsequent sessions, both in the month of February and in the subsequent months. On that note, I would like to close this AMA. Thank you, one and all, for attending this session and making this a roaring success.